to work today or be allowed into the Parliament buildings, but I'm made to understand that the senators are on recess. Bwana Lotee, we're hoping that you will make it to work. But the question is, even as you do, this should also be a special day for Parliament and the National Assembly. 1 year since the perimeter, the precincts of Parliament were breached. It has never happened before. 1 year later, we've not had a serious, conclusive discussion, even within Parliament, about the fact that its perimeter wall was breached by protesters or demonstrators. Why do you think this is? Why has Parliament reluctantly, and I've asked the Senator this question before, why has Parliament reluctantly refused to discuss conclusively this detail?
Well, like I said initially, even mentioning the names of those members, the investigations are going on. And it's important for you to be convicted. Investigations must be concluded. 2, I don't know why we could say that today is supposed to be a special day for Parliament. Because, Fred, what is it that delineates that it should be after 1 year? Why not after a month? Why not after 10 years? So I think there's no something that has been cut to say that after 1 year is when you commemorate anything that is special. There is no law like that anywhere. So probably Parliament is planning to commemorate after 10 years. Probably Parliament has commemorated the last 1 month. So that should not be that because Gen Zs are being commemorated today, commemorated in quotes today, I do not think that Parliament needs to do that. Parliament does not operate on a calendar of the public. 2, Fred, I think if we look at our Constitution and the Penal Code number 40, subsection 2, that talks about treason. Treason is probably what we might be seeing in this country. Because why I'm saying that today is not a commemoration or commemoration in quotes is because the plans that are underway is not the plans to just commemorate the deaths of the youth that died last year. But you will hear people saying that we are going to take lunch in State House, we're going to go back to Parliament. In fact, yesterday one person called me and said, have you put enough salt into the food? Because last year we ate food that did not have enough salt.
In Parliament?
I'll tell you, yes. If that is a joke, fine, but it also tells you the deeper thinking of the public.
But don't you think that even Parliament itself, you've ignored this issue? It's 1 year on.
Yes.
That you've not found it necessary to probe the matter, that what happened, to come up with recommendations of ensuring that this does not happen again. This is 1 year later.
Well, I think Parliament has fortified the security around Parliament. In any case, it is not the role of Parliament to probe what happened last year. It is the role of the NIS, it's the role of the security agencies to probe what happened last year. So that is exactly what is happening, including the 2 that I've mentioned before. So for me, I'll say, let me take you to this penal code thing. And just for Kenyans to understand that what they are doing, if it is commemoration of the youth last year, I'll be part of it. If it's going to be peaceful, I'll be part of it. The fence that you're seeing out there is actually based on the Constitution. If you look at Article number 37 of the Constitution that gives us the right to picket, to demonstrate, it says within specified areas. And so you have to notify the police, and then you have to operate within the specified areas. So it basically means that those areas that have been cordoned off today are areas that are not.
And you've quoted Article 37. I have it open here. It is a very short sentence. Every person has a right peaceably and unarmed to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities. It has not mentioned any location or any area where you should do this.
I think it is important. The STAR, it belongs to this institution. Go back there and look at the explainer from the STAR that try to explain bit by bit what that basically means. It basically means that you need to go to first of all ask for permission. And I like what the youths have said. They have given notice that they want to picket. It is important. That is part of that part of the article. You have to notify. Mm-hmm. And 2, you have to be given permission. And 3, you have to
be given permission?
Yes, you have to be given. You have to seek by the authorities. That is the reason.
The only requirement is to notify the police, not ask for permission, Bwana Lotee.
You notify the police so that they give you. You've actually seen. Let me tell you.
So that they provide security.
You've seen this.
Not permission.
Let me take you back to Uhuru's time. When Matiang'i was the cabinet secretary, there are people who wanted to picket, And this constitution was in place then. And they even asked that they wanted to use Nyayo Stadium. And Nyayo Stadium was denied. They had given their notice. They requested even for the venue, and they were denied. And they were told no.
Should that be the standard of which we measure
But that is what
compliance
the
to the Constitution?
That is what the Constitution say. The Constitution provides that you do that. And the Constitution goes back to say, this demonstration needs to be peaceful as long as you're not armed and you are not overtly and reasonably disastrous to people's property. But what do you see in all these demonstrations that have taken place? People are armed, people goes with machetes and rungos, people are hurt on the road, business people are hit. That's the reason why Kenyans don't want to come to the streets today. They don't want to come to the streets because the people who are actually coming to commemorate in quotes are actually coming to hurt people. They're injurious to the public. Senator,
and we've talked about this before, I'm sure. Allow me to take you back there. What do you think would take us to closure on this matter of the Gen Z revolt? If I may give an example, after the 2007-2008, there was a commission of inquiry, the Kriegler Commission, that got to the end, gave us a report and recommendations going forward. What do you think will take us so that we avoid this anxiety, the one we're feeling today, not knowing what will happen?